Welcome to my exhibition of Mrs Spinks, my 24th showing of the exhibition I call A Portrait of Mrs Spinks. It's many different portraits and it's all of the one person, although she may look very different in different pictures. Mrs Spinks came into my life almost by accident. I put a postcard advertisement in the local shop to ask for a cleaner. But when she arrived, I could see that she wasn't going to be any good. She captivated me with her first words. She said, "I'm broke, I've just pawned my wallet, are you what used to be a nanny?" And at that, of course, I melted and let her asked her into the house. But she did everything that I asked her to do wrong, and eventually I decided the best thing to do was to use her as a model. I was trying to get a bit of painting done in between other duties, and so I used her as a model, and I used her as a model for the next 7 years. She used to come to Sunday lunch, and she'd stand for a moment and put her hand on the chair and say, "Ooh, chicken," or "Ooh," you know, whatever it was. And she was always so appreciative, and she used to fancy that she'd have been she wanted to be a ballet dancer, and she used to stand in the 5th position and always held this sort of ballet dancer pose. It was a mixture of pathetic and funny, but she was so brave. She was a survivor, you know, and she was really funny and enjoyed life, although it was such a mess, her life, and so poverty-stricken. The room is the best I could do at mocking up her actual room. I used to go to her room. It's a real mock-up of it. I mean, this is the electric meter, that's the gas meter, two of the most dominant things in her room. And then the dreadful sink and cooking arrangements, which she didn't do anything to improve. And it was always full of sort of discarded clothes. You could hardly get into it. Nothing ever got thrown away. You see, she'd buy new flowers and she'd put them in the vase with the old ones. So there'd be rotting flowers and brand new ones, all crammed into the same pot. It was chaos. She used to smoke, of course. I must get a cigarette. That precious number 6, players number 6.